Welcome back to That's It with Cheryl. You guys, you have to check out Blink Twice. This movie is incredible. You can check it out on Prime. If you're not a Prime membership, I suggest you sign up right now just to watch Blink Twice. And it starts with Tanny. I can't even pronounce his name. Tanny. Ah, Forgive me. I am throwing a blank. Tanny Channing. Hopefully I said it right. Janine Davis, Kristen Slater. Who else is in this movie? Simon Rex, and among amazing actors and actresses in the movie. Um, who directed it is Zoe Kravitz. She's the director and producer of this movie. And when I tell you this movie is crazy and sick, it is just mind blowing. It will just make you think twice about this movie. And it's very, very similar to the current case that we all been talking about since last year. And now Sean Diddy Combs also is similar to Jeff Epstein. And I'm just going to tell you bits and pieces about the movie. I don't want to be a spoiler alert. Basically, it's just a high-tech billionaire who bought an island. Sounds familiar? Jeff Epstein, he bought an island as well at St. Thomas a long time ago. And actually was there last year at St. Thomas and St. John's, and we went on a tour boat, my best friends and I, and they took us to Jeff Epstein's island and St. John's, and beautiful, beautiful house. We didn't went inside, unfortunately, which I really wanted to check it out inside. We just saw the outside of the property and everything. Beautiful. That's where he had all his victims there. Excuse me. But anyway, back to the movie. So, this movie, it just reminds me what's been going on with Sean Diddy Combs and how he victimized and drugged these underage um, girls and boys and men and women. And it just mind boggling how the movie is and how Sean Diddy Combs has been doing it for over a decade. And where I'm getting at is like when Sean Diddy Combs' defense team saying that when they saw the tapes that some of these men and women were participants of like having sex with other people, and Sean Diddy Combs taped them, you got to keep in mind and keep it into consideration that these people were drugged without their knowledge, first of all. And second of all, they probably didn't remember. So even though they looked at the footage of these sex tapes and they were engaging with one another, and Sean Diddy Combs is behind the scenes filming them, they were probably under the influence, you guys. And this is similar, exactly the same thing with this movie. You know what I mean? That some of these women were drugged, having a good old time, smoking weed, taking Molly, all these type of drugs you can think of, and among other things, being drugged to the point that they can't remember what they did. It's the same thing what Sean Diddy Combs and his co-conspirators who were involved were doing the same thing to these victims, and they're thinking that they're having a good old time, thinking that it's consensual when actually it wasn't. It was actually rape. It was actually sexually assaulted, sodomized, you name it. It was done to them without their consent, and they were being drugged, and they probably don't even remember. And then they probably have like bits and pieces of it, but they couldn't put it together because they thought that one, it was just a dream, two, that they were just drinking too much and having a good old time, when actually they were drugged, probably with the baby oil, probably with whatever their food or alcohol, whatever they were laced with, you guys. Okay. And we have to take that in consideration, that you know this probably was all planned and set up in motion with some of these victims, that they was not aware of what was going to be happening to them, except for Sean Diddy Combs, obviously, and the people that worked behind him, his assistants, his what's her name, Kristen Kamar, his right hand woman, that's going to be prosecuted, I hope and pray, because she knows everything with Sean Diddy Combs. She is his right hand woman. You know what I mean? That supply all the drugs, supply all the females. She knows everything. So she can deny everything all she wants, but she's the one who is basically the main woman who's been enabling, excuse me, Sean Diddy Combs with all the drugs, all the women, and everything. Okay, she's just as guilty as him because she's a participant. She saw everything, she witnessed everything, she did nothing because she just rather get paid and work with the devil and not say anything instead of like getting help or reporting Sean Diddy Combs. So she's just as guilty and she should be prosecuted, which she I hope and pray she is. But back to the movie, it's just incredible, like the similarity of the movie and Sean Diddy Combs, what he's been doing for the last decade, and no one hasn't said anything, no one hasn't done anything. You know, same thing with this movie. He have a bunch of his friends going to this island and doing all these crazy things, and all his friends know about it, and and said nothing. But let me ask you this: can you imagine? You see a celebrity that you just idolize, and you just never thought that you would, never thought in a million years that you would ever meet them, and then you sure enough you did, and then they invite you to go to this crazy, amazing island with them. First of all, I wouldn't go. I'm sorry. Maybe my young age, probably I would, but now this world, how it is right now, absolutely not. I am not going anywhere to anyone's house, especially in an island somewhere that I don't know. Because, well, first of all, I don't want to be cut up into a million pieces or drugged or raped or, God forbid, even worse, knock on wood. Okay, I would never, I don't care how rich or how famous you are, I would never go anywhere with anybody, point blank, period. My younger age, maybe. But now, hell to the Izzo. No, no, no. But anyway, back to that. Just imagine you go and you're excited. You're going to a famous person's island, and everything's all grand and fun and partying and drugging and just having a grand old time. And then you just lost track of time. You just don't remember what happened or what you did or what you have done or what thing or something have done to you until you have bits and pieces of flashback. That's the same thing with Sean Diddy Combs' victims. You know what I mean? So when some of them can't get it right or they get some of the pieces fuzzy because they were drugged. Can you imagine having this type of drug that just erased your memory, just make you forget everything? That's wild and that's crazy. And there's some things out there that will make you forget, make you not remember what you have done previously. And that's a scary thing. And I believe that's what happened with Sean Diddy Combs and the victim. He probably gave them something to erase their memory or make them black out, make them forget things that were happened to them until Sean Diddy Combs tell tell them, "No, I have a video of you having sex with X, Y, and Z, and if you don't keep your mouth shut, I'm going to expose you, the whore that you are." When real actuality, when he was just drugging them and manipulate them to film them. And that's what happened in this movie. Pictures were taken, video. It's just wild. And again, I don't want to give it all away, but it's so similar what is currently happening with Sean Diddy Combs, with him taping video, pictures, you name it. It's just scary just to blackmail them to use it for his own benefit because Sean Diddy Combs knew that it was going to bite him in the ass once they remember, his victims remember certain things that he knew. Sean Diddy Combs knew that they would not go report it to the police or anyone because he had something on them. And they were just afraid and ashamed that they were engaging in that when actually they were just drugged. They was just drugged. They was just drugged and persuaded by the drugs, by the alcohol, by all these other people who were co-conspirators working with Sean Diddy Combs. They all knew too, and they were just laughing at them and did nothing to help them, nothing to save them, because they were just saving their own skin and then just playing with the devil, which was Sean Diddy Combs, which was just absolutely disgusting. And again, I have to give credit to Zoe Kravitz for producing and directing the movie. It really opened my eyes to see the behind the scenes, how the freak off party really works and how it works and how things happen. Even though I wasn't there, obviously, in the freak off party, but just to look at it in a lens through a movie and see how it happened over a decade and no one knew about it, and this is how it was happening in Sean Diddy Combs freak off parties for over a decade. It's crazy, it's scary, and it's like, oh my gosh, and my heart breaks for all the victims that has happened to them, that they have to try to relive what happened to them and try to put the pieces together because they were drugged again. They were drugged. They were under the influence. It was without their consent, and it's really sad. And again, I hope and pray come May of this year, with the trial starts, that they get everyone that was involved. I hope that they get punished and prosecuted to the T, because all of them should be punished. It's not just Sean Diddy Combs. There's more other people that's higher rank. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs is just a middleman. I'm just gonna say it. He's just a middleman. There's other people higher up that's involved in all of this, and they need to be stopped. It needs to be stopped. It has to stop, because it can't keep continuing on and thinking that this is acceptable. Everyone needs to be accountable for their actions and what they've been doing for the last decade. Point blank. Period. I feel like there was no justice for Jeffrey Epstein's victims. I really don't. Someone killed him. Okay, he did not kill himself. There's still a black book out there for other people that were involved with Jeff Epstein, and we will never know, because someone did whatever they can to do to cover it up, because Jeff Epstein was going to be the whistleblower and mention some names. But I guess, with the politicians who was involved, the blue collars, they didn't want their names to be exposed. So you know what they did? They had him killed and set it up to the point that he killed himself, when I believe, and the whole world believed, that he did not kill himself. This was all a setup and stage and plan to get rid of him, because he was going to be the whistleblower to blow everything over to save his own ass, because he was the key. He was the key of all of this. But now he's dead. The black book of all the names of the co-conspirators of Jeff Epstein is out there somewhere. I wouldn't be surprised the FBI has it. Just like the FBI have a lot of evidence of Sean Diddy Combs, and they have not released anything yet. I believe the FBI is behind it as well as the New York PD police officers, the LA. They're all in on it. They're all in on Sean Diddy Combs. Okay, no one can't tell me otherwise. They're all just guilty, and they're trying to cover up their own skin, because they don't want to get exposed. It's just a very dirty, corrupt business, and they're all just trying to save their own ass, and then just put Sean Diddy Combs in the middle of this. That's what it is. But like I said, Sean Diddy Combs is the middleman. There's other people higher up, Jay-Z, Clive Owens, among other people who were involved in this. you know, maybe, celebrities, maybe the athletes. I don't know. But I just hope and pray that the truth come out. I hope and pray names will be released. I hope and pray they investigate Kim Porter's death, because again, she did not die off of ammonia. He poisoned her. He killed her. He got rid of her because she knew too much. Okay? She knew too much. Anyone that knows too much of Sean Diddy Combs, he got them disposed. Okay? They were dispendable. Point blank, period. That's it. No one can tell me otherwise. Okay? He just had enough money, enough connection, enough power to clean up and to get rid of people. That's what people do. That's like a mafia. You know what I mean? Like the Italian mafia. If you do something wrong, they get rid of your body. They won't find you. Okay? That's it. It's like a black mafia of Sean Diddy Combs. Okay? You do something wrong, you do something to threaten their livelihood and their reputation, you're done. You're finished. They get rid of you. Point blank, period. They will do whatever it takes so they won't get exposed. And that's what Sean Diddy Combs has been doing for the last decade, and having other people helping him to clean up his mess. And now people are being exposed. And I hope people are being exposed, and I hope the truth comes out, and I hope it doesn't be a cover up, like among other things. So let me know your thoughts about this video. If you like this, please share, like, and subscribe. Also, again, please check out Blink Twice. I watched it twice. I took notes. It's a very scary thing. That's a very, very deep thriller movie. I highly recommend it on Prime, and let me know your thoughts about it. Thank you so much for watching. That's it with Cheryl, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.